It's the Boston bombing was really carried out by the government, and 9/11 was really carried out by the government, and Waco and false flags and all the rest, right? Pick your poison.
Slamming not those who released the tape, but Fox News.
Is at work on our entire country right now.
To comment about the reality.
I read the book on the air, and I will do it again.
Could someone have shot this plane down, and then they don't want to admit it?
It really makes me nauseous that people believe all these things they see that cannot possibly be true.
They're not necessarily lies, but it's kind of like they're not telling the whole truth, or they're only telling one part of it. So it's kind of like I'm not getting the whole story, and they're keeping information from me.
We live in a world where information is at our fingertips. We can just reach in our pocket and view news at any time. But there's a problem with having an overwhelming abundance of news and information. How do you know how to trust the information you're reading, seeing, or listening to?
Well, usually if I'm looking at news, I try to look at trusted news sources like New York Times, publications that have been around a long time.
The number of sources for news has exploded in our lifetime. In addition to traditional sources of news like newspaper, radio, and TV, we now have citizen journalists and bloggers. We have pundits and commentators.
I trust only the major sources like CNN or the New York Times, something that's really big and credible. But not that I wouldn't trust local news sources, but if it's from a blog, then I'm not going to believe it as readily.
You need to know the backstory and the history of the subject being discussed in a news report. Without context, you're potentially dealing with uninformed opinion and propaganda.
You have to look for the sources that are not just trying to be first with any information they can give you, they're trying to be right about it.
We need to continue to get the word out there that news literacy and student media programs are important curriculum across the nation.
So that everyone could take advantage of the biggest information revolution since the invention of the printing press.